bless you.
Okay.
Yeah, good to see you too. G'day, bro.
Morning, my friend. Morning, my friend.
Good morning to you too. We won't have a big congregation. People are traumatised. They are staying in their homes. But those who come, we'll give them a good hour of worship and fellowship together. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring worries of its own. Today's trouble is enough for today. 10 o'clock in here.
Wonderful.
All believers welcome. Yeah, and others as well. Anybody's welcome.
Mother Nature isn't going to take the Queen all night.
I love it, love it. Now folks, there's quite a lot of hardship here in Lyttelton. As far as I'm aware, we've lost two lovely men who have died in Lyttelton, both up on the tracks. One coming across to see his wife and two little children, and the other out running at the time of the quake, and his life was taken with, or both lives were taken with rock falls. We've got a number of streets that have been evacuated because of the danger of rock falls coming down the hill, and I believe there are some houses that have been hit with rather large boulders, and as far as I'm aware, apart from some scratches and bruises, there have been no fatalities in those rock falls, so we are most grateful. Nature is no respecter of religion, but we have God with us as we walk through the valleys of the shadow of death. And some of you have got friends. We think of the Union Church in Redcliffs, Jocelyn and Don Cowie. Don has been killed in a rock fall picking strawberries for his lunch.
Just going to say that, sorry, on Tuesday, Eddie Owen, that many of you know, Eddie had come in to see how Paul was because he hasn't been the best lately, and they'd sat there talking for a couple of hours probably, as they do, and about 1:45 Eddie turned to me where we were sitting upstairs looking out over the harbour. And he said, I better go. I'll be in trouble with Pat. She told me to make sure I was back for lunch because you were all going to a meeting tonight. You know, she was thinking, lunch, midday, let's all go to our meeting tonight. So we got up, walked downstairs, stepped out of the front door, and then all hell broke loose. I won't say what I said, but anyway, and we were all hanging on to one another, and the gate pillars went that way, and the gate flew off, and everything was everywhere. And I went later. Eddie went back to see how Pat was in Course FA. And I went back up and I looked through the door upstairs and I just said, God, you must have known, thank you, because if we had still been sitting there talking, none of us would be here today. We really wouldn't. It was utter, just like being in the Blitz, which Paul and I were familiar with in London in the Second World War.
Yeah.
What it's like.
On the village green yesterday, somebody came up to me and said, "Now Neil, we've got to get a committee together, and we're going to make sure that our village is not ruined by these modern bloody architects with all their fancy drawings of buildings of the town. We want a town that's going to be..." And I said, "Oh, do we? Are you saying you want a town?" I said, "Mate, you've got to start listening to one another as to what we're going to do. Is it going to be a replica Victoriana town? Is it going to be a replica Art Deco town? Is it going to be a replica messy town? I don't know. I know, but I tell you what, we're not going to do it by getting hot-headed and going around trying to get people to agree with what you want. But I tell you what, if we pray, and if we love, and if we talk, and if we share, we'll get a town equally as iconic as the beautiful town we've lost in the earthquake. For remember, Lyttelton is its people, much more than its buildings, and much more than its looks and its heritage. The blood of Christ shed for you, friend. The blood of Christ shed for you, Mother. The blood of Christ shed for you, Carl. The blood of Christ shed for you, Elizabeth. The blood of Christ shed for you. The blood of Christ shed for you. Thank you. The blood of Christ shed for you. The blood of Christ shed for you, Ruth. The blood of Christ shed for you. The blood of Christ shed for you.